Hi guys. I just wanted to talk about an issue that it's a pretty serious issue. So we found out that the building is going to be allowing they're going to be giving COVID vaccines to the residents and the staff, and I got really excited. I thought finally this nightmare is over, right? And then I found out that caregivers don't qualify. Well, domestic caregivers don't qualify. Why? Because domestic caregivers aren't, paid employees. They can't prove they have a job. Doesn't mean it isn't a job. Just because they're not being paid doesn't mean they don't work. And these are people who work for free. And if it's a 24/7 job, they don't even get a rest. They don't get to go home at night, especially if they're living caregivers. But once again, they fall through the cracks. Um, so, yeah, I won't be getting the vaccine here. Now, there is a chance I can get it somewhere else. Hopefully that won't fall through. But something always goes wrong. So I am pretty sure that something is going to go wrong. And even though it was suggested that I could get it at this other location, I probably won't be able to. That's what I'm counting on. Right? I get excited about something and then they knock me back 10. I take one step forward, they knock me back 10, 20, 100. I'm not the only one in this situation. There are a lot of caregivers in the world, whether they're taking care of children or elderly family members or sick or incapacitated individuals. And they're not all government employees. They're not all employees of someone else. Some are taking care of family members, right? They don't get paid for that. It's work, but it's not paid work. It's not work that's taxed. So I guess they don't count, even though they're at high risk. And, if they have an elderly family member, they're also at high risk. There are live-in caregivers and retirement homes that are living with their elderly, family members or whoever else, they're taking care of. So they expose not only their family members, but also everybody else in the retirement home to COVID when they're there if they can't get the vaccine, but they can't get the vaccine because they're not officially employed somewhere. I'm hoping that the new presidency, the new administration does something about this, because they're the ones who claim to stand for, the underdog, or for people who have fallen through the cracks and who haven't had it as easy. So that's the situation that's going on right now. Today's not a good day. Today's not a good day at all. And I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm just breaking. I was so hoping this nightmare would be over. I was so excited about the vaccines. And then I found out I'm not going to be getting one. No, that's if I can't get one at the other location. It's been so long. I can't just go. It's a studio. We're sharing a studio, my mom and I. And I can't just go out whenever I want. I can go out for important, if it's a necessity. I can go to the doctor, or, if I have to do something, I can go out. But I don't go out often anymore. I can't go out for a jog. I can't just go out to take a breather or for something that isn't important. And now with the more virulent strains of the virus, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. And I fall through every fucking crack when it comes to the goddamn vaccine. Even though I do work, I'm a fucking caregiver. I work. If I'm exposed, my mom could be exposed. Everyone else in the building can be exposed. That doesn't count. I have health issues. I have asthma. I had high blood pressure. That's gone down since I lost the weight. But, I have serious breathing trouble. Oh, that's also improved since I lost the weight, but it's still there. It's just, I guess, not enough. I was hoping this would end. And I know we still have to be careful after getting the vaccine, but at least I could be a bit more, I'd still be careful, right? But I could feel a bit safer. I could go out a bit more to do what I have to do. I haven't been taking care of my own problems. For example, I broke a tooth a while back, and I've been putting off going to the dentist until I get the vaccine. And when you get the vaccine, you're not immune right away. You have to wait 3 weeks, get another one, and then wait another godforsaken week till you're actually immune. So from the day I get the vaccine, if I can get it, I'm going to have to wait a month to go to the dentist. And I've been putting it off because, when you're at the dentist, their face is right up close to yours. So that's even more dangerous. I'm trying not to risk my mom's life with that, and I'm just in constant. Well, it's not constant pain. It's on and off. I've been rinsing with salt water, so it's on and off. That does help. Believe it or not, it helps. But and I think there's probably an abscess or an infection. I don't know, but when it comes back, it feels like there's just a hot knife jabbing right into my jaw. My temper is I'm losing my temper. I'm losing my temper with everyone. I'm losing my temper with my mom, and we had a fight today, and I because I know that I'm in a being a target, I'm in a damned either way situation. She doesn't take care of herself. If I don't force her to eat, she won't eat. If I don't force her to bathe, she won't bathe. If I don't force her to shower, she won't shower. If I don't force her to brush her teeth, she won't brush her teeth. And then there's the using the roll of toilet paper a day, which forces me to buy more and more. She's still doing that. Forces me to buy more and more. So when I and I don't go out to the store often, but I'll have it delivered. They've actually had people, make comments about how, oh, these hoarders, oh, these this and these that, and how could anyone get so much toilet paper when they know other people need it? It's not me, and it's not my fault. But I have to do it. Imagine if I let us run out of toilet paper, then they would be saying, oh, what a horrible caregiver you are. You can't even properly take care of your mother. You don't even have toilet paper. So it's a damned other way situation. It's kind of like we're in the old apartment where she would hoard stuff, and there's stuff be piled up from floor to ceiling. But if I tried to clean it, you know how hoarders are. She would be hissing about Satan trying to hurt her or eat through me. But if I didn't and people came in, they would see the mess and they would wonder why there was such a mess. Why haven't I cleaned it up? Or, she would take olive oil and smear it all over the wall from floor to ceiling, and it was collecting dust, and it was filthy. It was dirty. I tried to clean it off. She would say that Satan is using me to hurt her because olive oil is supposedly anointed by God. And if I'm trying to get rid of that, I must be acting through Satan. Well, but if I didn't clean it, people would come in and see this dirt all over the wall. This was in the other building. And they would blame me. Why didn't I clean it? Damned either way. And because she has these issues where I don't know if it's OCD. It's probably, I know it's a mental disorder where she'll do exactly what she knows she shouldn't. So she knows that during a pandemic she can't hoard mail again. Before, she used to take every bit of mail and pile it on her bed and leave it there until there was years piled up and I couldn't touch it. If I touched it, oh, Satan is trying to hurt her. She can't do that now. But she will take whatever comes in if I leave it there, if it's dirty, and put it to her mouth because she knows she shouldn't. Whatever she knows she shouldn't do, she has to do. And then she'll look at me and wait for a negative response. So I have to keep everything in the apartment sanitized because I know she's going to do that. And things come in and I throw it in the garbage. I know I have to go throw the garbage out right away, or she will take it and put it to her mouth in front of me. It's a mental disorder, and I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my goddamn mind. I love her, but there's no one in the world I love more than her. But I can't protect her, and I can't protect her from herself. And I know that, no matter what I do, it's going to be wrong, because with the perpetrators, no matter if you're a target of gang stalking, no matter what you do, they set a trap for you. So no matter which way you step, there's a trap there. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And whatever you do or don't do, say or don't say, they will use against you. So if I try to protect her, I'm going to be considered over controlling and this and that. And, but if I don't go overboard and try to protect her and something happens, I'm going to be blamed. Oh, I'm a terrible caregiver. I can't even properly care for my mother. And who says it? But these worthless, useless cunts, male and female, who have no role in life but to gather in a massive group to hunt, stalk, and terrorize a lone target that they don't believe can ever really fight back. Even when we start shouting back, even if we start threatening, they don't believe we can actually do anything. How can one person fight off a legion? They have the numbers, they have the power, they have the money, they have the resources that lone targets don't have. They don't believe we can do anything. How pathetic and cowardly they are. They're the ones who are going to point their finger and make those comments. Or they'll usually do that to women, especially to women. Oh, you're a terrible caregiver, terrible mother, terrible terrible whatever. And to men, they'll attack your gender and your sexuality and your this and your that and your But guys too, figure out who who is it that's attacking your sexuality when they do it, right? These useless, cowardly little bitches, male and female, who are too cowardly to stand against the real threat, so they bend over for it as they gather in a massive group like cowardly predators they are to hunt, stalk, and terrorize lone targets that they don't believe can ever really fight back. They might work themselves up over us and find every excuse they can to justify doing what they're doing to us, but they don't believe we can ever really do anything to them. That's why they're doing it. We're easy targets. So they can step on an ant and believe and delude themselves into believing they've done something heroic. And then when we finally do snap and start swinging back and lose our mind, it's just more proof that we're bad, we're this, we're that. They hear us screaming, they hear us shouting, or maybe we do make a mistake, which anyone will at some point. We're human. Then we'll never be let off the hook, right? There are people in this world who can get away with absolutely anything. They can terrorize, they can make threats, they can physically assault, they can shoot someone, and it'll be excused. It'll be justified. And even if someone finally admits it's wrong, then it'll be said, well, they were pushed to it. But when you're a target, you can't flinch without being condemned. And God forbid you actually make a mistake. You will never be forgiven, right? This is why it's difficult, and some targets, they get so stressed out, whether they're parents, or they're caregivers to the disabled or someone who's sick, especially mentally sick, when people are just, when you can't count on someone to do the right thing, when someone is extremely self-destructive or just destructive in general, and you know that you're going to be blamed for it. You're going to be condemned no matter what you do. If you try to prevent them from self-destructing or harming someone else, you're too controlling. You're this, you're that, you're the other. And if you fail to stop them from self-destructing or harming someone else, then you didn't do your job properly. No matter what, it's your fault. And this is why, a lot of targets get overly stressed and overly angry they can even start resenting the person that they're caring for, even though they love them dearly. And this is when I tell people to pull back, and I've got to take my own advice. You love them. It's especially if they're mentally ill. It can be difficult, but don't allow the perpetrators to affect your relationships with them. I know that it can be so difficult, and I'm reminding myself of this as much because as I am. This is my. I can't even speak today. God damn it! When you're so gone, you can't even put words together. You can't even put a proper sentence together. I just need this to end. I hope I can get the vaccine somewhere. God almighty. But I'm afraid I won't. I'm afraid something is going to go wrong between now and then. Something always does. I am so exhausted. We had such... I just lost my mind today. I am so tired. It's just because, she puts me in a position where she has to do what she knows she's not supposed to do. And she pushes and pushes and pushes. And she did that with her brother too. And I've hated him for so long because I've seen him grab her and shake her so hard because, she knows what pisses him off. She'll do it. She knows that's what she does. I've hated him for so long, and I'm trying not to be him. But I'm finding more and more of him in me. especially during a deadly pandemic, when that kind of behavior, when if she knows she's not supposed to do something like cross contamination, but she does it because she has to do what she's told not to. That could kill. That could be deadly. I, I I'm just tired, and I know I'm not going to be given the benefit of the doubt. No matter what I do or don't do, I may as well be guilty. I'm not in the privileged, untargeted class who can, you know, who's first and foremost allowed to make mistakes, but second of all, who doesn't have a trap set for them no matter where they step. I was wailing today, and I'm going to pay for that. Over and out.